All right, welcome everybody. Welcome to What's Your Bacon in 7 Questions. We are Bacon is My Podcast. We're in the Traveling Bimp Lounge right now here in sunny, rainy Birmingham,
Alabama.
We are sharing a beverage and having some fun. We are hanging out today on What's Your Bacon in 7 Questions.
Can you do it in one breath? Watch this.
From fully funding a West Coast tour via a successful Indiegogo campaign, being named a rising star by Medium, and getting praise from Billboard, Rolling Stone, Indiana, Alternative Press, with multiple editorial features across Spotify, Apple Music, and Vivo, Los Angeles Asian American artist Darro is redefining pop punk landscape. His new single, What's Good, the anthem, is out now everywhere, and I did take one breath.
You took two.
I did take 2 breaths.
You took 2 breaths.
I didn't hear the breath.
It's all the vocal training.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, you are a vocal teacher, so yeah.
Vocal training.
Dude,
Breath
Darro,
control.
welcome to the show, man.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, no, and sweet cocoa mug you've got there.
Yes.
Oh yeah, dude, Coco, the best Disney Pixar movie. In my personal opinion.
I am a big fan.
Yeah, if it's not the best one, it's top 3 for me. It really is. Like it hits all the marks. All the hallmarks of it.
I have yet to see it.
Oh my god, dude. Oh my.
And
You're gonna cry. You will cry.
Oh,
we're gonna watch it tonight.
There's that.
Coco
Gonna watch it.
inevitably makes you cry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but it's great. It's all about music.
I cry at movies though.
Yeah.
Like without question.
No, Coco really is like my favorite Disney Pixar movie.
Yeah,
Nice.
There's a lot of good ones too.
And the music is really awesome.
The music is really awesome, and you can tell that the people that created the character designs, as they're like, because the main character plays the guitar,
Right.
and you can literally see as he's playing the guitar, like he's playing everything right. He's playing
Yeah,
all the
really?
notes right. The detail is very good.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah.
I'm familiar with the music because I have worked with students and taught some of those songs. So the music's incredible. The songs are incredible. The ones that I've heard and the ones that like the ones that I've had to learn and like figure out.
Yeah.
So I really do want to see it. I just it's one of those things where I just haven't sat down and been like, this is what I'm doing now.
It's funny because when it came out, my in-laws brought my son, and at the time he was definitely young for it, like
Right.
because it deals with death and loss and all that kind of stuff, and so like he didn't get it. Like he was I don't know 4, 5, which like at that time you can kind of attach to the songs. Yeah, there's some characters you can attach to, but like it is pretty heavy. Like a lot of the stuff, like the content is pretty heavy. So like it was like, Gavin, did you like it? He was like, eh. And then some years later, I don't know why, out of nowhere, I was just kind of like, Disney Plus, let's watch Coco. Like,
Right.
new eyes, you're older, let's take a watch. And like you said, I was like, yeah, top 3, easy top
Nice.
3.
All right.
It's just so well done. There's a lot of obviously a lot of really good character moments. They really do make you fall in love with the characters. It's just got every single good thing that a Disney Pixar movie is supposed to have in it. Like everything, it really does. It hits all the feels. It hits every emotion. The voice acting is well done. The animations obviously is Pixar, so it's amazing.
Right.
The weight of and also it's not even just a story, but like the script writing is so good.
Yeah.
Like
Really? Okay.
it's really hard to write a story that can straddle the lines from generations of like people, like kids to teens to adults, and have it hit different marks for every viewer of that age, right? So like as you said, like your son, when you were watching with your in-laws, your son didn't really quite get all of the matter, because there's a lot of stuff. And I think like Disney Pixar writers in general, I mean, they're all adults. And I noticed this myself too when I rewatch like old Disney movies that I haven't seen since I was a kid. I was like, wow, so much stuff flew right over my head.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And I think like the best types of writers are the ones that are skilled enough to be able to like hide adult jokes inside of the children's jokes that like you understand and you hear the main surface level joke as a kid, and then when you get older you realize there's an innuendo there, or there's something there.
Right.
And like Disney is just masterful at doing those types of things.
Absolutely.
They really are.
Absolutely.
Yeah, love it.
So nice.
Love the. I have a picture with in Epcot with a topiary of cocoa.
Nice. Oh, fantastic.
From this March or April. I don't remember when I went.
Right.
But yeah,
You go pretty often.
Yeah, I go pretty often.
He's a frequent Disneyer.
Oh yeah, we're out here. We're in LA, so I've been to Disneyland maybe twice now since I moved here. I love it. I've been to Disney World once, but that was my first time ever, and that was maybe 4 years ago. It was in the middle of COVID, and I didn't know what to expect. I think for a trip like Disney World, you really have to plan ahead. Like you really have to know what you're getting into.
It's not like Disneyland.
No, Disneyland, you can totally, absolutely wing it. You could just spend a whole day at the park, and then pretty much you could, if you don't dilly around too much, you could spend an entire day at Disneyland and experience everything.
Yeah.
But you cannot do that at Disney
World. The footprint is much smaller.
We did. Yeah. It was like the last time we were there, it was like there was that, what was it, 2 years ago? A year ago?
Yeah, something like that.
We happened to be out there, and it just, me and my girl were just like, okay, Marvel, Star Wars, go.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yep. Yeah, no, the Star Wars rides are really good too.
Yeah.
I love the Star Wars rides. Yeah.
Well, I'll be back there. I'll be back there in April.
Yeah, you got to go on
This coming April?
Yep, this coming April, I'll be back in Anaheim.
Nice.
Doing it. I'll hit San Diego first, redo that.
Don't skip Rise of the Resistance this time.
I won't.
Oh, Rise of the Resistance is the best one.
It's so good, man.
It's the best one.
It is like the best ride I've ever been on.
It's not even like a ride, dude. It's like you're literally in the movie. It's like you're in the movie. Yeah. I've never felt like I was inside of a movie before.
Dude, when I walked out the first thing and it was like stormtroopers.
Yeah. I was like,
what is happening?
I was like, are we legitimately on a new planet right now? Like, what the fuck, dude? It was crazy.
So
they walk you through like the parts of the ship and stuff, and you're being rounded up by stormtroopers. Like you're literal prisoners in the ride. Like on the ride, you're taken as prisoners, and they like walk you through the different areas to get to your prison cell or something, and you have to break out. And it's crazy.
So cool.
Yeah,
it's so great.
The one in Hollywood Studios is the same one.
Yeah. Okay.
So I've been on that one.
Okay.
But I was with a whole bunch of people when we were in California, and it was just like I don't have tolerance for this today.
No, you had too much. You had too much going on.
There's too much going on.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
we pieced out. Wait. We were like, "There's a bunch of them. We're gonna go over here."
Yeah, he was able to slip away.
Hell yeah.
All right. So aside from all that,
we'll get back into more.
We'll get back into much more. We can tangent on Star Wars and Disney and Marvel all day. Let's see where it takes us, because it is time for What's Your Bacon in 7 questions, where using just 7 questions, we will find out what your bacon in fact is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So we ask what your bacon.
I want to find out what my bacon is.
Right?
Yeah.
Right? And then you'll have a better understanding of what we mean when we say what's your bacon.
Or confused.
Or you'll be confused.
Or confused.
Either one. Would you like to start the questions? Would you like me to start the questions?
You know what? It's been a minute. I'll start.
All right. All you.
Oh, wait. Yeah, I'll start.
Okay.
All right, sir. Question number 1.
Okay.
How many pillows is too many?
This is going to sound silly. I would say on most days, I'm a 1.5 pillow kind of person. One pillow is not enough. 2 is too many, depending on how thick they are. So like I actually have a normal fluffy pillow and then a really thin pillow.
Okay.
And I use the thin pillow on top of the fluffy pillow so that it pushes down on the fluffy pillow even more.
Mm-hmm.
Because like my preferred pillow thickness is literally like 1.5 pillows.
Okay. So a little more firm, but still smushy.
Yeah, I'm a firm bed sleeper. Like for sure, I definitely like a more firm bed.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Me too, actually.
Something I will clue you in on, because I'm kind of a 1.5 pillow guy myself.
Mm-hmm.
Check out cylinder-shaped pillows.
What is it called?
It's like a cylinder-shaped pillow. It's about this big, probably like a little bigger than a foot, and probably about 8 to 9 inches in diameter. Man, those are the most versatile and greatest pillows ever.
Okay.
Are they like the type of pillows that you like put in between your legs as you're like
You
in
could
the fetal
if you
position?
wanted. You could if you wanted, or you could put it behind your neck if you're like
Sitting up. Yeah.
Sitting up in bed. You could put it behind your
It
neck.
could be a lumbar.
It could be a lumbar support.
Okay.
I also have
Lot going
a
on there.
half cylinder for things like that. So I have
Flat on one side.
So depending on where I'm sitting, yeah, it's flat on one side. So I'll put the flat on one side on my lumbar, and then the other one my neck.
That's actually a really, really good point. I never thought about that. A half pillow would be really smart. You can fit that in a lot of places.
Yeah. And I'm sure if you're on the road, on tour, it'll probably...
Yes, also easy to throw in a bag, too.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
I don't know what it is about me and like travel pillows, like neck pillows, travel pillows, I always lose them in the first show. Just even in, I shit you not, man, I have probably bought four or five of those like shrimp ring-shaped neck pillows in the last 2-3 years. I have toured every single year since 2022, and I've bought a pillow for every tour, and I've lost it every single tour. And you know, like we're not taking planes. You know what I mean? Like we're not like
right.
We're not going through airport security. It's just getting lost in the van, or lost in an Airbnb or a hotel.
Right.
And to be honest, I bet you one of my band members has one of mine. All you know, like when you go on tour, all your shit just gets put in a pile, and then it ends up. Everyone's stuff ends up everywhere over time. It just it is
true.
I still have like 3 phone chargers that don't belong to me.
It's like a house. It's like a house or an apartment. And the more people you let in,
it's like
comes in.
It's like 6 dudes sharing a 1-bedroom apartment that is moving throughout the whole country.
Yes.
Right. You know what I mean? It's just like, hey man, I need to charge my phone. My backpack is in the van. Like, do you have your charger on you? I'm like, yeah, sure. Here's my phone charger. Just go plug it in next to the stage and chill. Right. I don't see that thing. I haven't seen that in years. You know what I mean? It's just like
it's plugged in next to the stage.
It's probably still there. It's probably still being used
right next to the stage. New other bands come in and they go, "Oh man, this is so convenient."
Yeah, this is my favorite venue because they have an in-house
charger. It's right there.
It's in the rider. It's just like, yeah, you guys need to charge your phone. This stays here permanently.
All right, on to question number 2. What is the perfect pizza order?
If you're in Brooklyn, New York, and if you're in the Park Slope vicinity, there is this pizza shop somewhere, I would say around the corner of 5th Avenue and like 20th or 21st Street, Park Slope. It's called Luigi's Pizza. And turns out it is kind of famous. I didn't realize that, but I used to live down the street from this place, and you know, it's New York, so pizza, you can like trip and fall and land in a pizzeria.
We're from New York too. So.
Exactly. So this place, I think out of all of the slices that I've ever tried in New York, it's, you know how like sometimes when you go into a pizza shop and like you get the whole pie and then you get the reheated single slice to go. Yes. And they're different, right? They're very different.
Very different. Different.
Luigi's is the only one where the slice tastes just like the full pie. And it's not only is it like the best margarita I've ever, they call it the fresh mozzarella, but it's a margarita, and it's my personal favorite margarita I've ever had in New York. And it's kind of famous, but like their single slices that you can order from them are just as good as the full pies. They're just as crunchy.
We're saving this right now. Margarita is my favorite. That's my favorite. Margarita and grandma. It's a tough.
Yeah. Oh, they're known for their margarita and their grandma. Dude, you have to go there and try it and then tell me, because like I need to know that I'm not just like bullshitting. Because I tell people this all the time. Like, anybody that I meet out here in LA, anybody that's from New York or planning to go to New York, or I'm just like, dude, go to Luigi's in Brooklyn. I just want to know, like, from you guys, from New York, I need to know that I'm not like full of shit.
For sure. We'll check it. We'll definitely check it.
It really is like, last time I was in New York last year for rehearsals. And I was like staying in the Lower East Side. Mm-hmm. And I literally made a trip just for, you know what I mean? Just for a couple of times.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's worth it.
It's that worth it. Yeah, I promise.
So it is in between 20th and 21st on 5th Avenue.
On 5th Avenue. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So take the R train or the D train and get off on 25th Street and just
walk up.
Yeah, man. That I I really hope that it's in the top 5 slices for you guys. I'm actually curious. What about you? What are your guys's?
If this does, for those of you who are not watching,
yes,
on
that's the one.
TV, this screams local Brooklyn pizza.
100%.
No, I mean, like, you walk in there.
I've seen that. I've seen that picture before.
Yeah,
I hope maybe you have. It's like, okay, so I have a couple of opinions about food in New York, specifically, but this is one of those places where it's like you walk in and like the person that runs the shop is probably the son or grandson of the person that opened the shop.
Right.
And you can tell everybody in there is yelling and cussing each other out. So they're a family. And then there's a little Italian kid all the way in the corner of the restaurant just doing his homework, like in the back of the restaurant. Like, you have those 3 elements in a local joint in New York, you know that place is fire.
You know that place is legit.
You know what I mean? Like, you walk into a Chinese shop, like a Chinese restaurant in New York, and if like you can still see exposed drywall, if you can still see exposed wiring, and there's a Chinese kid in the front doing his homework, you know that food fucking slaps.
It's gonna be it's gonna be great.
100%.
Like, you walk into a bodega and you see like stacks of like beers and like soda cases just all along the floor, and there's like cardboard on the ground that you're supposed to step on, and there's a bodega cat. Mm-hmm. You know those sandwiches.
Plastic wrap, empty, just sitting there. Yep.
I missed
that. Yeah, the plastic. Yes, I know what you're talking about for sure.
Warm Fantas.
A warm Fanta.
Never heard of bacon, egg, and cheese.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
On the way to work.
I will definitely check that. We've said before, because we asked this question to everybody, and we've done, 300 of these episodes at this point.
Wow.
So we've always said that, like, if you can't do a basic either margarita or just cheese slice, then whatever else you do to it isn't that
not
great.
Going to work. My best friend Tyler's, my bass player, also has the same opinion, but with vanilla milkshakes.
Okay.
Every time we go to an ice cream parlor or anything, he doesn't get ice cream. He always gets a vanilla milkshake. And his motto is, if they don't make a good vanilla milkshake, then they don't make a good anything. I'm like,
that makes sense.
That's kind of valid. Vanilla is the most basic flavor you can have in an ice cream.
Right. So if you get something vanilla and it's awesome, everything they do is going to be awesome.
Probably, yeah.
Here we go. If you're able to louse that up,
right? Louse it up.
Then you should stop. Just stop. Okay.
We're finding old-timey words to bring back, like louse.
Louse. Question number 3. We're still in the food realm.
Yep. Last one, though. Last one of the food realm.
Right now. Yeah. True or false? Cereal is a soup.
I've never had to define soup before. Am I supposed to have my own definition of what soup is?
When you hear true or false, cereal is a soup, where does your brain take you?
And you're allowed to curse us out because we've had.
I've never thought about it. I can't think of a reason to defute that. There's cold soup, right? People eat cold soup.
Gazpacho is a cold soup.
Yeah.
Does that make porridge soup?
I think so.
Okay. And yeah, I would say cereal is soup.
I mean, cold soup. I mean, it's not good, but it exists.
It is still soup, whether or not it's cold.
Right.
Stew is a soup without enough broth.
Right.
Right. I think there's like a certain amount of liquid that makes it soup. Over ratios. Stew.
Yeah.
There's a ratio there. But porridge is.
Wait. But does soup need to be cooked to be soup?
I don't think so, because, even if you have like, those soups that are cold the whole time and it's fish, but it's basically cooked by the vinegar in it. It's still cooked technically.
Right.
I'm gonna give that a light yes, a soft yes.
Okay.
That cereal is soup.
True. Soft yes, a soft true. Okay.
I like that answer.
I do too. Actually,
that means he's just as uncommittal as we are.
I'm open-minded.
Yes.
I'm open to the idea of being presented with evidence to defeat. Yeah.
You've given us an answer we've never gotten.
That's good. I'm happy about that.
Excellent. Yes. I think it's excellent. All right. Question number 4. What number am I thinking of?
4?
No.
Oh.
Question number 5: which color has the worst personality?
There is a mustard yellow.
Mustard yellow. Now,
Well, what
I
kind of
like
mustard?
though? Yeah.
It depends on the mustard. There's a lot of
Wine yellow mustard. I like honey mustard. I like Dijon. It's okay.
Right. So you're talking about like that bright yellow.
Yes, that French's yellow.
Right.
Okay.
Looks like paint.
Yeah, it looks like straight up paint.
The color of a Lego face.
Yeah, yeah. It's the color of the yellow in the
Street
McDonald's
line.
logo.
Right. Yeah.
street road paint. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Road paint yellow.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
And why is it so shitty? Why is the person?
They're just rude. It's just a rude color.
Yeah, it's
loud.
It's aggressive and abrasive
loud,
without having any redeeming
obnoxious.
quality. Right.
Yeah, it's an obnoxious yellow.
When you find that when you're on the road and you get a burger and they have that mustard on there,
I bite around it. I eat around it. Yeah. Same thing. Actually, with pickles, I'll spit them out. But like, that's because I don't know. But if there's mustard, like I'll taste it and be like, okay, this isn't. I'm not happy about this, but like I won't die, and I'll just eat around it.
Yeah.
If there's a pickle, man, I'm like that sandwich is a loss to me.
I'm with you. I don't even like when they package the pickle next to my sandwich.
No, I can't.
Because, because then it all tastes like pickle.
Yeah. Dude,
you found your person.
So strong.
Dude.
I don't mind pickled things.
No.
I like some pickled. I just don't like pickles. Pickles are gross.
Yes.
We
I love pickled onions.
We stopped
pickled jalapenos.
Kimchi, like
kimchi.
Yes.
Great.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah. We went to Buc-ee's today and they were handing out the little potato straws.
Yep.
And it was a dill flavor.
Yeah, I put a whole bunch in my mouth and went, oh, that's strong. Okay.
It was
all right.
It was pickle forward.
Yeah.
No, thank you. That would have ruined the rest of my meal.
I don't even mind dill. Dill's okay.
Yeah.
But
the pickle.
Dill just also makes me think of ranch, which, sorry, everyone, I think it's a trash condiment.
You know, ranch is very, very and very few hits. There's very few things that I can eat with ranch. And that gets less and less every day. It used to be like
the ingredients to ranch and blue cheese are exactly the same until the last two ingredients, and you've just ruined the potential of blue cheese by making it into ranch.
Blue cheese, man, always.
Don't give me ranch with wings. That's just a dick move.
Dude, thank you, Jim. Seriously, like
it should never be a norm.
I'm with you on the ranch thing because, but I'm also, my thoughts on wings. If you're using ranch or blue cheese on wings, you're ruining the integrity of the wing. That means the wing itself and the sauce itself is not good enough.
Oh, I disagree.
I actually disagree too. Only because not because like I do agree that there is something to be said with the integrity and the sauce. By the way, wings are my favorite food. They're like the thing I'm most passionate about.
Nice.
So,
okay.
You stumbled upon another tangent.
Yes.
I have tried. I make it a goal to try every single wing I can.
Nice.
For sure.
It's a good goal.
I actually, somewhere on my phone, I have an entire album of like years and years and years of wings that are from different places. Every place on tour I've ever had a buffalo wing from, like when I go snowboarding, when I've been across, I have an entire album of it. And I was going to make a blog.
You gotta make a book, yeah.
I was going to someday, I just haven't had time. But I've noticed that like the condiment, the blue cheese, that has to be blue cheese for me personally.
Yes.
I actually grade that as part of the experience for the wing.
I do
like,
too.
It's one of those things where it's like you can like put a lot of effort into frying the wing perfectly and making sure it's juicy, or double frying it, or whatever, adding the sauce or making the sauce from scratch. And then you just go to the store and you just buy some like store-bought.
Yeah, you get some crap blue cheese. No.
Like the blue cheese has to match the flavor profile of the wing, right? I'm a personal believer that like the condiment that they give you with the wings has to match like the vinegary / flavor profile of whatever hot sauce they make for the wing. They have to make a blue cheese dressing that complements it.
And
if it's just like very like plain
from a squirt bottle either.
Yeah, no.
Blue cheese has to have a wide mouth opening because I want chunks.
Yeah, if you don't get chunks, you're not getting blue cheese.
Yep.
You're getting
currently like my favorite, one of my, like when I'm dieting, one of my favorite things is the sweet green buffalo chicken salad. And I modify the hell out of it, but I always make sure I get that scoop of the like scoop in blue cheese, like actual blue cheese. And just a few of those chunks with the buffalo chicken salad is perfect. So
part of the wing experience for me that I love is I like when there's like leftover wing sauce, and I get the leftover wing sauce on like celery or a carrot with some blue cheese.
Yeah,
love that.
That's what I love.
That
at home, when I'm just like standing around snacking, the way I've been losing weight is as opposed to chips,
right,
or tortilla chips,
yes,
or pretzels. I've been doing
blue cheese.
No. Oh yeah, partially.
Wings and blue cheese.
I've been slamming blue cheese.
Carrots and celery. Put a little bit of blue cheese.
Okay.
Put a bunch of hot sauce.
Yes.
And just mix them all up.
But see, so you agree, blue cheese and the hot sauce?
No,
the balance.
Yeah,
there's a balance there.
You know what? Maybe after this, maybe tonight
we should get wings. Now I want wings.
Now we want wings.
Yeah.
I might also join you tonight because it's
nice.
It's one of those things. It's a weekend. It's a Friday. I try not to do it too often when I'm like in some sort of diet mode right now, which I have been in the last 4 or 5 weeks.
Right.
But that doesn't mean you can't be creative.
Cheat day.
Yeah.
Well, but also like one of the things so for me, yes, the buffalo wing experience really is the ultimate like crunchy. I prefer breaded buffalo wings. I know it sounds weird because
that's a hot take. Okay.
Yeah, because it gets soggy. Well, if it's done well. And there used to be a place in Brooklyn. Don't know if it exists anymore. It used to be called 212 Burger, and they would double fry their wings.
I like the double fried wing.
I love the double fry.
Yeah.
And when they would deliver, if you were eating it there, they would sauce it right there, and you'd eat it there. But if you get it delivered, they give you the sauce in a separate container so that the wings don't get soggy. And then you're supposed to pour the hot sauce and then shake it up, and then they give you the blue cheese, and
that's awesome.
The wings are good, and they're like crunchy, but when they're double fried, the inside is so juicy, like the meat is so juicy.
See, I don't want a breaded wing, but I will do like the cornstarch flour dredge. So
that's still good. Yeah,
it's like
a teeny bit of crunch. Yeah,
it's that little bit of like you still got to bite through something that's crunchy there on you, but it's not like breadcrumby or anything like that.
But when I do want that flavor profile like of the spicy blue cheese, but I don't want all the unhealthiness that comes with it, I will literally make just like a sandwich, like I'll get turkey, like chicken, like chicken breast sliced deli meat. And instead of like mayo and like a slice of cheese, I will do hot sauce and on one side of the bread, and on the other side I'll do the blue cheese dressing instead of mayonnaise, and then the chicken, like slices of chicken, and then buffalo chicken sandwich, and it actually it hits those vinegary profiles that you're like craving sometimes.
I used to do because I make a wing sauce. So I'll make it and keep it in like a squirt bottle. And I'll make like a salad, and instead of doing a dressing for a salad, I'll buy like crumbled blue cheese, and I'll do chicken on the salad, and then I'll squirt the whole thing with some hot sauce, and then just crumble blue cheese on it. That kind of be my move.
Yeah, that's usually. I'll do that too. I'll do a bunch of pulled chicken, and just to have around for lunch and stuff. And but I like to make my wing sauce like as I go.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I
got you.
What I'll do is I'll melt a little bit of butter. I use like the olive oil fake butter.
I know. Yeah.
Still works.
Hot sauce, honey, garlic.
Ooh, okay. Hot sauce, honey, and garlic.
I did a wing sauce with Mike's Hot Honey the other day.
Oh, okay.
Which was pretty excellent. And a little bit of chili crisp too. I got to get you on the chili crisp train.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. He hasn't tried that yet. That's so good. Just the oil, get a little bit of the oil in there, and just kind of spoonful of it. It's crunchy. It's just like it hits you with an acid, and then also like a chili pepper kind of heat.
Love it.
It's nice. Little bit Thai, little zing going on.
Love that. You guys are gonna make me want to like order food right now.
I know, right? Like we do. I
mean, it's closer to dinner time for you guys than it is for me.
Oddly enough, what's your bacon in 7 questions isn't always about food, but today it is.
But
I wouldn't
today,
be mad if it was.
veering back.
All right, so we're gonna keep going past the food. I got question number 6 here.
It's a
all right?
two-part.
It's a 2-parter. So and this one is a little bit more deep than some of the other ones, even though the other ones go pretty deep when you start talking about it, right? So, what is one thing that you thought that you would never do, but now you absolutely love? And one thing you thought you would love that once you did it, you were like, nah, never do that again.
That's really hard.
That's because it's one of the best questions you've ever been
It
asked.
is. That's a really good question. That's a really good question. No. Let me think about that for a second. Do you guys mind if I grab my French press and any?
Yeah, do you think?
This requires another cup of coffee.
He's bringing his French press.
I like it.
I haven't had French press coffee in a while.
Oh, I love it. I'm the only one
I use a
here.
French press for cold brew.
Yeah, I know.
Actually, yeah.
I'm the only person here. It's just me and my girlfriend that lives here, and she doesn't really drink coffee. So buying a whole coffee maker didn't make sense.
I make cold brew every week, and I have like a French press for that.
How do you make it with? You just put the grounds in, and you just put the water, and just let it
the
filter.
water and let it kind of do its thing, and then it's 12 hours, and then I'll
horse ground everything.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, maybe I'll try that.
So I love cold brew, and my girlfriend loves cold brew too, but she won't ever drink the coffee I make. She'll just go to Starbucks because she's addicted to just that.
I understand that.
Because
Which I get.
Starbucks is dessert, man.
Vanilla sweet cream cold brew, it's great. You know?
It is good. They figure something out there.
Not a sponsor. Could be.
All right. Something that I thought that I would love that I don't. Okay, actually, no. Okay, so this is going to lead to a couple of stories. And it's not fully black and white, right? Because I still love doing it in a way.
Sure.
I just don't love doing it in the way that I thought I would love doing it, right?
Perfect.
So the answer to that was I thought that I really, really wanted to be a studio engineer.
Okay.
And I went to college for music. I went to Berklee College of Music, and I double majored. So I did both performance and music production engineering.
Nice.
And so my plan was, just like a lot of people, my plan was always to have to daylight as a technical engineer, to make money from that. And then my real life, once I clock out, would be the music, the career. Right. And it, for the most part, it kind of is like that right now, but not in the way that I thought. The reason why is just because the funneling system to get into the studio profession, career profession, especially in a place like New York or LA, requires a lot of free labor, a lot of interning and getting your ass just handed to you
right
at the worst hours of the day for years until up, right. It's a very, very grindy, and you have to eat a lot of shit, but at the same time,
it's a lot of side investing.
Yeah, but it's also one of those careers or professions where anything could happen, and anybody could walk into the studio, and if you just happen to be in the room at the right time, your name could end up on a Grammy Award-winning record, right?
Right.
And just having that happen to you, whether or not you actually did contribute anything to it or not, is enough to make the rest of your career, right? It's enough to guarantee that you get work for the rest of your year.
There's still something about that whole,
yeah. And to be fair, it doesn't, that's not to say that you don't have to be a skilled engineer or, worker or employee to earn that. You can still be a lit engineer and not have done anything. It really is a lot of time boils down to luck, but also just your personality style. If you are a person that they like to have around, right? Because you're not going to get called to that session with an artist that may or may not end up getting a Grammy unless the person who's running the session likes you as a person, thinks you can hang, thinks you're going to be cool enough to be around the talent, or you won't make problems or be weird or starstruck or whatever it is, right? But the other side of that, they want to make sure that you'll keep your mouth shut. They want to make sure that you're going to be a team player. And I didn't realize what it would eventually mean because I was working in a few studios in New York, and a lot of those studios, especially now, are like rented out for rap and hip hop artists, which I love rap. I love hip hop. I grew up on it, and some R&B. And there was I was pretty good, still decent engineer, and kept getting called back for sessions. And this is while I was working full time and getting my master's, so I was really like not having any free time. It was like I would literally work. I used to work for this online audio company as my day job, like a 9 to 5. And then I was just still starting out in New York. So I was taking on a bunch of projects and clients. But then I eventually started getting called, me and my friends started getting called for studio writing sessions and top lining sessions in in Hell's Kitchen and stuff. And all of these sessions would start at like 8 p.m., 9 p.m. and run till like 6, 7 in the morning.
Wow.
And so for me, there was probably like a 5 to 6 month period of time where, 3 nights out of the week I would work 9 to 5. And this was in Inwood, in Long Island, actually, not Inwood, Manhattan, but Inwood, Long Island. And I would literally clock out at 5 o'clock, drive all the way into Brooklyn, and actually not Brooklyn, into New York, into Hell's Kitchen, and work in the studio for 8 more hours.
Which at 5 o'clock, for those of you who don't know, driving from Long Island to Hell's Kitchen could take
about an hour and 45 minutes.
3 hours.
Yeah. So you got there at 9. Yeah.
No, basically, I would get and then finding parking, right?
Right.
But about 8 o'clock sessions would run, and there was a few different songwriters I would work with. So I worked for this, or I guess I got a record company / management company / songwriting company, whatever you want to call it. And they had a few songwriters on their staff, and every day they would have 3 new beats. I would come into the studio, there's 3 new beats, and our job was to top line over these 3 songs. And by the end of the day, we should have walked away with 3 finished songs. And my job was just engineering. So I was running Pro Tools, I was mixing, I was editing. And really, it was more so just being the person that ran the session. So the songwriter, who was one of the most magnificent, quick-witted, talented songwriters I've ever been in the same room with. She would literally sit in the studio room and just I would play the track for her, and she would just freestyle for like verses and verses until she came up with the line and the melody. Then she would write the harmonies over top of it. Then she'd do the rest of the song. And then we go back, she'd like add ad libs, and she's like, okay, we're done, next song. I'm like, what? And we would do that in like 3 or 4 hours. And I would be editing and mixing as I go. So like it was so demanding. She'd be like, hey, can you take that one line from like the first verse and move it over here just really quick? And I have to go back and find it and like do it. And she's like, if I didn't do it in like 40 seconds, she'd be like, what the fuck is taking so long? Like, serious, she was serious. And so, so it was stressful. It was really stressful.
Yeah,
like,
I can imagine.
I built up a lot of chops, but man, it was one of the most stressful, studio jobs that I had. And obviously it was like 3 a.m. after working an 8-hour shift. So I'm like dying, this is maybe 3 nights a week, not every night, but like a couple of nights a week we would do this. And it actually paid really well, as like, studio engineers, especially in New York, don't get paid very well. So, but I was getting paid like $25 an hour for this, which was really good for a freshman, like a studio engineer coming straight out of college. And she was writing songs for Kanye West. I didn't know this. And this was like, I guess more of an NDA thing. And she has actually passed away since this has happened. Rest in peace. But her name was Andrea Martin. And she had written a bunch of songs for a lot of artists. But what I didn't realize what we were doing is, because these songs never actually came out, not in the way that I thought that they would. And all these songs were really strange and odd, and like they were all in different genres, and they all had different styles and different subject matter. And I was like, how is Kanye going to use any of these songs? Then I realized, and it was explained to me, that these types of artists, Kanye, Ace, like all these people, they have entire production houses, Drake, all of them, Kendrick, they all have production houses throughout the country where they hire songwriters to write them songs, and they use those songs as samples for when they're making their actual music. So like whenever Kanye uses a song and there's like an old timey sample in it, and you're like, what song? I've never heard the song before. Like, this is not a famous song or anything. It's because that person made that song from scratch to make it sound like this, like a 70s old. Yeah. And they will literally write entire songs just to sample 10 seconds of it for a loop in a song.
Wow, that's crazy.
And we just did that. We just did dozens and dozens and dozens of them. And to this day, I have no idea. I don't listen to his music I haven't listened to it since like 2010. Right. So I don't know if any of the songs that we ever did ended up on those records, and I wouldn't have gotten credit for it anyways because it's your studio engineer. But like that's what they were doing, and that was so interesting to me at first until you know, when you start to hang out with that crowd, they start to bring people around. And so this was one of the 2 studio jobs I was kind of juggling at the time. I was doing this one, and then like every so often I'd get called in for a session for a studio in Chinatown, I think. And that studio had major label artists coming in to like actually record vocals. And I was just an assistant. So I would just be there, you know, patching cables, you know, like moving stuff around, like getting coffee, like that type of stuff. And around both around the same time, when I was in the studio session with Andrea, she had a couple of friends that came in one night, and they were just like in the middle of a song. She like took a break, and they were just like, you know, gossiping, talking like about their experiences because they used to work together in record labels and stuff. And so her friend was another female around the same age, and I overheard them talking, and I heard them mention R. Kelly. Oh no! And I just like my ears perked up and was like, this is maybe a year or 2 after like that documentary had come out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was kind of fresh back then. And so I kind of jumped in the conversation. I was like, oh, what are you guys talking about? And she said, basically she was explaining to me that this woman who her friend was used to work at the record label that had signed R. Kelly. And one of her jobs was to send out checks to just people every month.
Oh no.
And if you've seen the documentary or know anything about it, it was the hush money for the parents of the victims that were allowing their. I'm not even like she didn't know. She had no idea. She had no idea.
Yeah.
She was just like,
she's gonna. They're like, hey, do me a favor, go send out a check. Cool.
Yeah. It's like, oh, why? It's just like, it's just like songwriting or royalties or whatever it may be. She was just send them checks, and it was like thousands of dollars a month per person. Like it wasn't a little bit, you know. And so when she found out later, like when all that stuff came out, she quit. Obviously, she quit, and I'm pretty sure like she was part of the. I have no idea, but I think she was part of the trial. Wow, but like after hearing that, I was like, oh my god, what am I getting myself into?
Right.
I shit you not. Not even a couple of weeks later, I was assisting on a studio session for a major label artist. I can't talk about, but I will say what happened was that this artist came in with their posse, like their crew of boys, and a slew of hookers. I'm assuming they were hookers, because there was essentially an orgy in the control. I'm not in the control room, like just straight up, like 3 or 4 dudes, women that were probably not their partners.
Right.
Fucking, like, and the artists themselves was not part of it. Actually,
first song,
right? No, seriously, the artists themselves they weren't even like actually partaking. They were actually working. They were actually in the live room working, like, recording, really freestyling.
Studio
but his boys were just
wow.
And of course, we can't say anything. We just have to, have to clean that up, and we cleaned it up, and it was gross, dude. It was gross. I've never had to clean up another person's cum before. That was the first and last time. And that's literally why I can't do studio sessions. That was like the last studio session I've ever done for another person.
I can't even imagine that.
Disgusting, dude. Disgusting. So, but my other friend who was assisting on that session
music, not to work on a porn set. Yeah.
Honestly, yeah. I'm sure you get paid better.
Right, yeah.
And my other friend who did do that session with me, rest his soul, is still working in the industry, and like since I quit, like that space that I was getting, he like all the jobs went to him instead, and I was like, please take him. I don't work on anymore. Dude, he's been nominated for like a Grammy, and like seriously, like he recorded A$AP Rocky like not even 4 months ago. Like A$AP and Rihanna came into the studio, like it's just he actually. Well, this is before the whole Nile Rodgers sexism thing, but like he helped Nile Rodgers build his personal recording studio in Long Island. Like he was a client at the studio that realized how good my friend was at, you know, just techie stuff, and was like, hey, do you want to come to my house and like help me wire my home studio? And he literally did. Like just stuff like that. Just those are the types of things that happen when you like stick with something long enough. And like, yes, it goes without saying that you have to know what you're doing. You have to know your craft. I think people take that for granted a little bit. They just assume they know what they're doing, and they just like, yeah, I know what I'm doing, but like, what's the other technique? What's the other trick? What's the other cheat code or the hack? I'm like, no, it really is. You have to be good at what you're doing, and people don't talk about it enough because it really does go without saying. And if you're in conversations where you're not being invited to these things, it's not even. It's probably because you think you do and you don't. Like you think you know what you're doing and you don't. And that's okay, but no one's ever going to tell you that you don't know what you're doing. They're just not going to invite you to it.
You just won't be hired back.
You just won't be hired. You won't be called. And if you are getting called to a gig, and at that point, like they're not talking about your skill or your talent, they're just talking about your personality, right? Because a majority of these situations are
everybody's good outside of being good.
Yeah, once you reach a certain level. Everybody can do what you do, whether or not, like the small, tiny percentages of who can do it better is completely negligible at this point. It's more so like
they can do it better, but they're
going to show up.
No.
Yeah. So, it was one of those things where it's like, once you reach a certain point, it's like, as long as you're just not a horrible person, you'll keep getting work, And even if you do a bad job on a job every now and then, like as long as you've been working for a person long enough, like they know what you're capable of doing, a bad job every now and then doesn't, it's a bad attitude stops it from doing. I've fired I fired a handful of people from like my band only because of their attitude and personality.
We talk about that kind of stuff all the time. It's just
it's so much more important to me to curate and protect the people that I keep around me and the personality styles that I have around me than it is to have the best possible bass player. I'm like, dude, it's just bass. I could replace you with a freaking track if I wanted to. I'm not going to, because I like you I like having people with me. You know what I mean? And so like at that point, it's like everybody should like, yes, everyone has to continue to shed and practice and like keep their chops up, but like be a good person. That really is the bottom line for me. It's just being a good person. Even if you're not good at your instrument and you're a good person, I'll keep you around. I'll hang out. You know what I mean?
We were literally talking about something similar
like today before we came on.
Less than an hour ago.
That's so crazy.
I mean, like, even if you're not the most proficient player of all time, but you're really cool and
you make people feel a certain way. That's really what it is, right? Like at the end of the day, it's like if you can make a person feel good, they're going to keep you around.
And if you're the person who's like promoting and bringing people to shows, that makes you invaluable.
It goes back to we had a guest that's a former professional wrestler that is now a motivational speaker.
Oh, awesome.
He said he was one of our first guests, and he said when he was talking about it that he got really good advice from the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, and he said that there's two kinds of people in the world. There's people that you like to see walk in a door, and there's people that you like to see walk out a door.
That's funny.
And you should always try and be one of the people that people like to see walk in a door.
I love that. That's actually really, really profound.
Right? That is stuck
very
with me.
simply put.
I use it and bring it up all the time because it bored its way into my brain.
I have a similar saying that's not as eloquent as that. But it's one of those things where it's like when you spend enough time in the industry, you kind of start to like, at least for me personally, again, I can only speak from my own experience, but I consider myself a pretty good curator of personalities. And I feel like I'm pretty good at reading people's intentions and motives, whether it's ulterior or not. And I genuinely do think that it takes a person that is passionate about what they do to understand the level of dedication and hard work it takes to reach a certain level or status at something, whether it's sports or music or whatever it may be. And that's like a level of mutual understanding and respect that only other people that have gone through that same, I would say, type of trial in their respective field or career. And it's one of those things where it's like, you can only like people that are very passionate about what they do are able to identify other people who are very passionate at what they do. Whether or not it's the same thing doesn't matter, but there is this level of I'm willing to risk it all for this. I'm willing to put everything on the line for this, like, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And that's an experience that, like, you know, I've always been a very like passionate, I'd say very driven person. I would actually say more so obsessive than anything else. But when like a couple of years ago, I had like this brain tumor experience and like I thought I was going to die. And it really put into perspective the things that matter to me. And the entire time that I was literally in the hospital, I was like, fuck, I'm never going to release my music. And that was one of the most frustrating and most disappointing things for me, was to like be like, shit, like I spent the last 7-8 years studying, crafting my musicianship, and now I literally can't even go out and play because I thought I was going to die. And then, you know, having survived all that situation, having a shift in my priorities, realizing, okay, music first, everything else second. Because to me, it was like I just kind of was given a new life almost, you know?
For sure.
And there's more reasons why I felt that way, not just because, oh, I survived this situation that I thought I was going to die from, but like there were physical changes in my body, in my brain, and my ability to see, my ability to sing, and like things that were happening that were preventing me from like being my full self because of the brain tumor, physical like limitations. That once I got the surgery removed, like for example, I was losing vision, like the tumor had gotten so big that I was losing peripheral vision, and I didn't realize it until it was getting really dire because it was so gradual. The tumor itself had gotten so big that it was actually causing vision problems. It was actually suppressing my optic nerves, like pushing on my whatever nerves connects to my eyeballs.
Oh my God.
And I was in grad school at the time when it started happening. And I moved back to the United States, like after I finished my program. I had an internship lined up in New York because that's where I was actually planning on coming to LA, but I got an internship in New York. So I ended up going there first, and I stayed there for like 6 years. But when I came back to the United States was when the vision problems was at its peak. I was also already experiencing a whole bunch of other problems that were caused by the tumor, but I didn't know. But when I went to get my eyes checked, they basically were like, there's nothing wrong with your eyes, but you might want to go to the ER. I was like, okay.
Oh, shit.
It was weird because I was like, what's wrong with my eyes? But I got to the emergency room, and this is like 2 days after I got back to the United States. So I've been out of the country for almost 2 years, didn't have health insurance, a whole bunch of stuff. And I'm just like, okay, so I'm just going to chill here at the emergency room, wait for them to tell me what's wrong with my eyes. I'm there for like 9 hours, dude. I'm like literally sitting in the waiting room for 8.5 to 9 hours. I think I check in at noon and I don't get seen till like 9, like literally 8, like it's
Oh my God.
8 p.m., 9 o'clock. Empty stomach, didn't eat a damn thing. Because I literally was like, oh, I'm gonna like go to the eye doctor at 11 o'clock and then go get lunch after that.
Right.
And then he says, go to the emergency room. Okay, well, I'll go do that first, and then I'll go get food. And it just never happened.
Emergency doesn't make you think 9 hours is gonna go.
No, it doesn't. And in fact, I was fooled because the optometrist, when he told me to go to the emergency room, he wrote me a note and he said, show this to the check-in lady, they'll see you right away. And I was like, oh great, this is even better.
Perfect. Yeah.
That's not how that works. Apparently not. I showed her the letter. I showed her the note, and I was like, yeah, my eye doctor says I need to get an MRI stat. And she's like, okay, go have a seat. 9 hours later. Yeah. So it didn't matter. And eventually they did scans and they found that there was a tumor, like a brain tumor. And it was like, holy shit, you know, like we didn't know what it was for the first few days. We didn't know like if it was cancerous or if it was fluid. Turned out not to be cancerous, thank God. But there was a couple of days where like they're like, it could be cancer and like we might have to operate on you like tomorrow or whatever. So it was a very weird, very weird, surreal thing to like be in a hospital bed, feel like you felt the last 2 years completely normal, or rather what your level of normal is at this point.
Sure.
And for them to be like, hey, you can't eat anything even though you haven't eaten anything all day. And I'm like, why? And they're like, well, because if we find out that you have cancer, we have to operate on you in the morning. You can't have anything in your stomach. So I'm just like, are you like, I'm hangry, I'm upset,
yeah.
annoyed. I've been in the States for like less than 48 hours at this point. Like, and I'm just like, I can't eat, I can't do anything. I'm like literally like panicking. I'm just like, dude, just knock me out. Knock me the fuck out. It's like, give me some sleep medication, wake me up tomorrow whenever you guys have news for me. So, I mean, it turned out that I didn't have cancer. It was a brain tumor in my pituitary gland, which affects all of your hormones.
Right.
And
So,
if your hormones are screwed, you're screwed. Yeah.
What's wild about this whole thing is my sister has the same thing.
No way.
Yep.
Does she have acromegaly?
I believe so.
Same. You know, I think it's becoming a more, or maybe it's not becoming more popular, but I do think that people are starting to be more aware of the signs, because I actually do think that I would say maybe it is becoming more common, but I think it really is just people are starting to understand what the signs are to catch it, because like the signs for it are so obscure, right? Like they're so unrelated. You would never have any idea, especially when it comes to the pituitary gland, because pituitary gland creates all of your hormones, and people have issues with their hormones all the time. It doesn't necessarily mean that their pituitary gland's messed up. It just could, maybe their thyroid's messed up, or maybe they're not producing maybe they're producing low levels of testosterone or too much cortisol, or like whatever it is. It doesn't usually mean that the pituitary gland is damaged. It usually means something else is happening. And because of the vast amount of hormones that our pituitary gland makes, it's so hard to like trace that back and like figure out if there's a problem with the actual gland, or if it's just a problem with one of the other auxiliary pieces of the chain that affects your hormones. And so it's like, is it a chicken or the egg type of situation? And it makes it really hard to diagnose unless you know what to look for. But now it's becoming so, I mean, obviously the internet is a big part of it, but like there's communities of people. Like I'm a part of the acromegaly community or pituitary gland community on Facebook. And like, that is a big part of it, because not only are we all talking to each other and informing each other about our experiences and what things to look for and what things not to look for, but then these people in the community are able to find signs in other people that they're like, hey, I know you've been experiencing these problems and maybe you've never thought about this, but have you ever gotten your blood tested for hormones? And have you gotten all of your hormones checked before? And like, that's always the start. Like whenever people are like, I have friends that are like struggling to lose weight, and friends that are like all this stuff. And I'm like, they're doing everything except check their hormones, right? Like I have friends that are like probably have very low testosterone, probably don't have a working thyroid or have zero thyroid, whatever, T4, whatever you want to call it. And they're just like dieting like crazy, like going keto. They're doing so many like drastic dieting things, which I've done. I've done all of it. I've done keto, I've done low carb, I've done vegan. And those are very fast and destructive ways to lose weight for sure. And it works because you are physically losing weight, but it's not sustainable, because the real issue is not how much you eat and how much you consume. The real issue is the chemicals in your body that are responsible for breaking that food down and turning it into fat, energy, or whatever it may be. And it's like almost impossible to lose weight if you don't have balanced hormones. It's like almost impossible. It doesn't matter how much calories in or out. It's just like somehow when your body's in a certain state, it doesn't want to get rid of fat. It doesn't want to get rid of certain things. And it might just be because of other issues happening in your body, where your body thinks that it's in fight or flight mode, right? If your body thinks it's like in survival mode, it's not going to get rid of fat. That is your lifeline. It's going to try to do everything it can to hold on to that, because it thinks that something else is happening and it could just be another issue. But literally having your hormones checked is, I recommend if anyone is actually trying to lose weight and keep it off, get your hormones checked. If you're past the age of 28, 29, get your hormones checked. And the fastest thing is having a working thyroid and having adequate amounts of testosterone. Those two things alone, even if you don't even diet and you just eat the same level of food you have been, but your hormones are balanced, you'll probably lose a little bit of weight.
Right.
It really does. It really is a big, big difference. And I think more people are starting to get hip to that.
Yeah, for sure. The second you said, went to the eye doctor, he said, go to the emergency room. I was like, oh yeah, that sounds like,
that's actually crazy.
And because she went to the eye doctor and they said, I forget which eye it was, but they were like, your eye is literally not responding to what needs to happen.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't look like anything's wrong with it, but it's not responding to what we're doing. And yeah, this all sounded very familiar. I'm like, oh crap. And she got it when she was diagnosed like just after her wedding.
Right.
After she got home from she had like the doctor had said something, and then she was like, well, my wedding is in 3 days.
So I can't do anything about it. Yeah.
Right.
Now.
So they did the thing, came back, kind of went through the thing.
Did she get surgery?
Yeah. Actually, she had to get it twice because it came back.
Twice. Oh no, yeah. Mine hasn't come back yet, thank God. But I did do that, and I did have to do like 2 rounds of gamma, like radiation therapy, which I couldn't imagine that worked. It didn't seem like it worked at all. But yeah, it's like I remember. Did she mention any changes when she woke up from her surgery? That's what I'm curious about, because I had significant change when I woke up from surgery.
I don't know. I'm not 100% sure.
You should ask her, because like in my experience, so this is following 6-7 years of just constant headaches, right? That's number one, was just there was just constant headache that was like I just couldn't get rid of for like, I shit you not, like 7-8 years just straight.
Yeah. Wow.
Right? I was pounding ibuprofen, pounding Tylenol every day just to get rid of a headache. And sometimes I'd get relief, but it really is just like right here in the back of the head where the neck and that's just there. It was always there. That plus of other issues, joint issues, all the other issues that happen when your body doesn't have proper hormones and stuff, and the vision stuff, peripheral vision. I didn't realize that I was also like losing color. Like I didn't realize how like dull colors had gotten for me, because it's so gradual, right? Like the vision was gradual, and then I'm assuming the loss of color was gradual, but I didn't notice over time until I woke up from the surgery and the tumor was gone. And I remember waking up from the surgery and they're wheeling me to the ICU, like out of the operating room to the ICU. I'm slightly awake for this. And in the hallways, like I see this, we're passing this orange couch. And I'm like, that is the brightest orange I've ever fucking seen. I just remember, I remember looking at this couch and I'm like, that's the brightest orange couch. That's the brightest color of orange I've ever seen. And then I'm like noticing, I'm like, I can see. And I'm like, I thought it was like, I thought it was like 120 degree vision. I had like 100 degree vision. I had so much less vision than I thought I did.
Wow.
Had so much less color than I thought I did. And honestly, this probably was the drugs, but I didn't feel that headache anymore.
Right.
But I was on Oxy, so I don't know.
You weren't feeling much at all.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, I don't know. But it was, I mean, man.
You were feeling the orange.
I was feeling the orange. Oxy is the new orange.
Wow. That's, well, you know what, man? Like that's the fact that you went through all that and you pushed forward and you're doing what you love still is like, that's inspiring. That's
and everybody
awesome.
go check out the album Song of Recovery, which is what
this is
all of this as well.
Yeah.
And the funny thing about that album was that I was still changing, like I was still recovering from surgery.
Yeah.
I thought it was like surgery, 6 months of recovery, and then I'm done. Nope. My body did not stop changing for like 2.5 years after the break from the surgery. Yeah, because I think what it was my body was probably so starved of the hormones that it needed that like I went through a second growth spurt, like in 27, 28.
Kaleidoscoping your brain for 2 years.
Yeah, I guess so. But it was like, it was strange that my body changed. In fact, it was weird. It really did feel like I felt like I was 18 again. It's so strange.
Okay.
But like between the ages of 18, 24, 25, I almost call it like I've lived 3 lives.
Yeah.
The first life from like 0 to 12 to 13 was like my childhood, and then my parents got divorced when I was 12. And then from 12 to like, I don't know, 18, I was essentially on my own. Like my parents were split up. I wasn't even living with either one of my parents at the point. I was living with some cousins in my hometown. I rarely saw my parents during my teenage years, and I became really close with my best friends. During that time is when I got into music. That's when I started being serious about school. I really didn't give a shit about anything until my friends. This has nothing to do with my parents not being good parents. It's my parents were refugees from Cambodia. immigrants. So like they don't know what American culture lifestyle is like, right?
Sure.
So like me growing up as an American, like first generation, all this, all that, I'm like, hey, I want to go and like go to the movies with my friends and like do all these like teenage activities. And my mom's like, what the fuck is that? She's like, no, you got to stay home. Like, no, I don't trust anybody. Like, you got to stay home. Like, that's really what I was struggling with, was like the freedom from my parents to go hang out with not Asian people. And eventually after my parents divorced, they just like were so caught up in their own business that they just kind of stopped caring. But like, not even because they didn't love me, it's just because like they essentially trusted me, like knew that I wasn't going to get into any trouble or anything. None that they knew of. But we're all teenagers, you know what it is.
Teenagers do things, that's all.
We all do the same stuff.
Yeah, we all do shit. But yeah, and so like I went to college. Like I did all the things that my parents wanted me to do after they stopped asking me to do it. You know, it's like it wasn't until they were off my back that I really started doing those things. And I don't
do it for yourself, and that's what
makes sense. Also, really, honestly, my friends are really good people. And at the time, I didn't realize how precious that was. Like, I didn't realize how rare it was for like me and my best friends. I would say there's about a 7-8 group of guys from my hometown that we are so incredibly close with each other. And we've been that way since like 7th, 8th grade. I didn't realize how unusual that is, like, especially going to college and meeting other people. Like we're so close to each other that the thing that we're struggling with now is figuring out who's going to be the best man and groomsman for everyone's respective weddings.
Right.
It's literally a situation where we don't know who to choose because anybody could be anybody's best man / groomsman, right?
Yeah.
And so I think I've been in 3 weddings this year. I haven't bought a tux for myself because I've literally had to rent for every single wedding because of part of the wedding crew for each one. I'm literally leaving on another bachelor
colors.
Yeah. I'm literally leaving on another bachelor party at the end of August, and it's a double bachelor's party. 2 of my best friends we started combining bachelor parties into weekend getaways as an excuse for all the boys to get together and just
do it.
Yeah. And it's just like, it's fun because now it's like, okay, so we're scattered throughout the country and it's really hard to get us all under one roof. So we use that as an excuse, as just like, just the boys. So this August, we're meeting up in Seattle for a weekend. We're going to stay in a lake house somewhere, and we're going to go to Mount Rainier, and we're going to go see Mount Olympus, and like do the hike and all that stuff, and go into the city at some point. Like, it's going to be a blast. And it's just like, that's 1, 2, 3, 4 out of 8 people that are like, and everybody is engaged now. So like the next 2 years, it's just, I've flown like 9 times this year, dude. It's just it's been crazy. It's been so crazy. It's been fun. Been having a lot of fun, but the amount of times that I've had to travel and get like house sitters for our pets and stuff, man.
Right.
Been crazy.
Well, you know what? At least they're ripping the Band-Aid off now, and everybody's doing it now.
Right.
Because I had that like a few years after I got married. We had like 3 or 4, and I was in like 2 or 3 of the weddings, and it was intense.
It's intense. It's a lot. The moments are great. The moments and the experiences are beautiful and awesome and unforgettable. But the traveling sucks.
Also very expensive. Holy shit.
Yes.
Being in a wedding is incredibly expensive.
Yes, literally. Like, and being in a wedding and being in a bunch of them, right? Like having to travel, having to rent the tux, like having to, do the bachelor's party. Like I'm traveling twice for every wedding, for the bachelor's party and for the actual wedding itself. Yeah, but it's fun. Like I wouldn't, like, again, I would never ever say no to any of my best friends, and I would never not take this opportunity to go hang out with them. Like, actually, the older that I get now, the more I want to do it, because now that I'm in my 30s now, and it's like, as you get older, you start to cut out all the bullshit that doesn't really serve you.
Yep.
Which is why I think 30s are your best. And because like you've done this stupid shit in your 20s, you've learned what you will.
You got some skills under your belt to get.
you've been working for a good amount of years, so you have some more money, and you can do the things that you wish you could have done in your 20s. But now you do them with the people that you actually care about, that you've like, you know, that you've gone through the vetting and the filtering and getting like, you know, cutting out of the people that don't really serve you anymore. And so now you have the money to do the experiences with the people that you truly want to hang out with, and you just don't give a fuck about anyone else anymore.
Right.
And that's why I think the 30s are your best.
I can get behind that.
I'm with you. I'm absolutely with you. Yeah. All right. We're going to travel back.
Yes.
We're going to travel with question number 7.
We're here. Question number 7.
We're traveling way back.
See how we said it's only 7 questions, right?
They're deep questions.
We're going to travel back here. I want you to find young Darro.
Yes.
Right? I want you to go find him.
Spelunk into the cockles of your young child's heart.
The young childhood heart piece.
Yes.
Dig deep. Find that little door, knock on it, open it up, and ask, how do you feel about garden gnomes?
Garden gnomes. I have always been curious as to like the origin of the garden gnome. My girlfriend's mom is actually quite obsessed with garden gnomes. Not even kidding. Like, in fact, like when I was living on the East Coast, whenever her and I would go shopping anywhere, if she saw a garden gnome, she would buy it for her mom. And so her mom, they actually recently just moved to Florida, to Boynton Beach. Okay. And I was just there maybe a month ago. They're still unpacking. There's boxes everywhere. But there's an entire 2 or 3 boxes of just garden gnomes.
That's incredible.
Just garden gnomes. And they had to get rid of some before they like moved out. Like, there's so many. So I'm just like, why do they exist? Like, what is the lore behind? Is it because like they're supposed to like grant like, you know, a superstitious, like, you know, it's good for the crops, or like it's good for the soil or whatever? Or is it just like a weird novelty? I have no idea. I think they're a little creepy. I think they're kind of creepy, to be honest.
Yeah.
But I don't know where they came from. Like, who thought, like, why are
bearded men?
Yeah.
Creeping around your crops.
Well, I mean, there's a few, like we've thought of a few uses, and we've been told a few
again,
uses.
lots of answers with this one.
Yeah, we've gotten a lot of sometimes, you know, we've had somebody who uses it for target practice.
Right.
Nice. He uses his scope and shoots.
I love that.
We've also heard that they're very rambunctious, but they could be protectors.
Yes.
Of the garden.
I can see that.
If there's one, it's probably hiding a key.
Yes, that is the front door key.
That's actually a really good point. I never thought about that.
Yeah, so don't ever hide your keys under your garden gnome, because
if there are
an obvious spot.
If there are
Get a fake rock.
Like
honestly.
That could potentially be bodies.
Gacy House. Represents souls.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Buried on the premises.
Or you have an armada.
Or you just you have a community within your home. And because we've gotten like a lot of things, because like we did originally, we were kind of like, you know, if you get a lot, like it's kind of scary. But somebody brought up the point, like, well, if you have one, then how is that community going to flourish?
Right. You got a lonely gnome.
Yeah, you got a lonely gnome. So you need to have like community. And it's like, well, shit.
Right. Right.
There goes our theory.
Now you've made them a Smurf village.
That's actually hilarious.
Yeah.
So we like to kind of make up our own lore for them. You know, they're Scandinavian, in I believe, is where it kind of like.
I'll allow it.
Scandinavia.
You know, if you watch Eurovision,
sure,
they're out there.
That's actually crazy. No, I'm so curious about that, because I've only ever seen garden gnome in like European culture. Like, I've never seen any Asian people have garden gnomes ever.
I think it's probably in the same realm of like fairies.
Yeah, I see that.
That type
of Eurocentric lore.
Yeah, where it's like, okay, these are little protectors, or they represent kind of like a fairy type thing that you would I guess hope that you would get good crops, or maybe you would probably you leave things out for them. I'm sure there are families that left offerings out to the gnomes.
Is there a correlation between why like certain garden gnomes look and are dressed like Santa Claus?
Well, I think that's just a Santa gnome. I think that's just like,
I think like there's a lot of them have the white beard. It's the old man white beard.
The old jolly looking white beard, rosy cheeks,
like that
Seven Dwarves kind of.
I think a lot of people just dressed like that in the past.
Maybe they had a little dwarf hat.
Yeah,
Seven Dwarfs hat.
But now you can get gnomes that look like Jason Voorhees or a gremlin, which are cool. Which are pretty sick.
Oh, that's actually really cute. Yeah, like Halloween type shit.
You can get all the slasher film people. Like thethey
should make the Avengers in garden gnome form.
They
have to.
The garden gnome, just like the Avenger gnomes, just squatted up in your front yard.
Right?
That'd be so funny.
He's on it. we have talked to like all the touring bands that we've talked to. We've said we want to encourage a tour prank of gnoming.
Gnoming,
where you can get little small ones, right? Mm-hmm. And so like you just without your guitar player knowing, you put that on a pedal board or like on thing.
That's hilarious.
Or sneak it into like a gear bag. And then they open it up. They're like, what the hell? And if you buy a number of them, every time they get rid of one, you can put a match in the back.
That's actually hilarious. That's a really good idea. I like that idea.
We've done that. We've gone and seen a number of the bands that we've had on the show. If they tour through New York, we'll go check out the show and stuff. And we've left gnomes on different things for them, so that whoever was on the show will know. But if you weren't on the show, you're like, what the hell is happening?
My guitar player on the very first tour we ever went on, 2022, the first rest stop we ever stopped at had like these stuffed animals, and he bought this tiny little toy duck, like stuffed animal duck, on that very first show, and it's been on stage every single show that we played. He puts it on his amp or his pedal board or the drum set or it's always on stage everywhere, every show, and he still has it. And if I like dig through the footage, you can find that duck somewhere on every one of our shows. It's dirty now. It's like lost a wing. It's like it's been through some shit, but he still has it somewhere.
That's incredible.
That's awesome.
I love stuff like that. I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. Like
we call him the captain.
Stuff.
I did want to just real quick.
I
looked up Avengers gnomes. It looks like more of an Etsy thing.
Okay.
But this was the first one that came up, and it's pretty amazing.
Is that Wolverine?
And Deadpool, yeah.
That's crazy. The Wolverine is crazy. I couldn't tell that was Deadpool, but the Wolverine was awesome.
Yeah, he looks like Santa Pool.
Yeah, it does look like Santa Pool.
But you can get incredible. They exist.
Internet has everything.
You got everything.
The internet wins every time.
Every time. You can send rare animal poo to somebody that you don't like.
You can send glitter bombs to people too. You don't like.
Yeah, I've seen those.
I've seen that.
You can send glitter dicks to people.
Seriously?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Shipadick.com, not a sponsor.
But could be.
Shipadick.com.
Shipadick.com.
That's such a great domain.
It's fantastic, right?
It rolls right off the tongue.
Oh man.
I recommend it. I've shipped a dick.
God damn.
I've shipped a dick or two in my life.
Shipped a dick or two.
We are going strong still, and we still have another question for him.
Cool.
Yeah, and I tell you what, like we will close it up because I don't want to take. You've been very kind with your time so far. I appreciate it very much. We very much appreciate it. We came into this like so tired, and we were like, okay, we're gonna be okay. But like you've been awesome. So this.
I appreciate that. Honestly, I get it too. Like, it's just every type of interview ever. Like, I always go into it like, I can do it. I'm a little exhausted. I can do it. And then I get into it and I start talking and I was like, oh, these guys are fun. And then I'm having a blast. So like, obviously,
that's all.
No quarrels, no qualms with me at all.
Excellent. Well, it is all culminated to this. We call the show "What's Your Bacon in 7 Questions." We like to try and figure out what's your bacon. We like to think of bacon as a thing that it kind of improves anything that you put it on, right?
Okay.
So in your life, that metaphor for that thing, for a lot of people, it's music, but sometimes for musicians, we have to find something outside of that because that's our gig, that's our job.
Yes,
right?
I actually a lot.
So there's a lot of times it can be, maybe it's Marvel movies, maybe it's art, maybe it's hikes, maybe it's maybe it's meeting up with your friends, cooking, all those kinds of things. We like to figure out from everybody, like, what is that thing for you that adds to your life? What's that thing that helps you kind of like
shut you off,
make sure that you can still give 100% to everything else? You need that extra thing. So what is your bacon?
So I actually have two. I have two things. And it really depends on the time of year. When it is snowy time, snowboard. I'm a big avid snowboarder.
Nice.
Especially out in California, there's so many mountains here, which is strange, right? Because you wouldn't think move to Los Angeles and you're within a couple hours driving distance of the best mountains in the country.
Yeah,
it's true. Mammoth Mountain is just 3.5 hours north of here, and it's the best mountain I've ever been on. I haven't been to the Rockies yet, which I do plan on at some point, but snowboarding, it really is just one of the most tranquil, beautiful, restful moments for me, because like I'm a city person, like through and through, and usually I am a person that is extroverted, and I feed off of other people's energy levels and stuff like that, which is why a city is good for me. But when I'm burnt out, which I have been more so than not in the last bunch of years, I like to fuck off to the mountains.
Yeah.
And just me and a couple of guys, like me and my boys and me and my friends, we just go up and we like rent an Airbnb, hot tub outside in the snow. We wake up, we go ride the slopes until the mountains close, which is around 4 or 5 o'clock because the sun sets and they can't light up a whole mountain.
Right.
And then we get back to the Airbnb, drink some beers, and jump in the hot tub outside in the cold in the middle of the night.
Love that.
Smoke a joint. The best fucking thing. Like after a day on the slopes,
outside in the
outside, your muscles were sore, like, but you have a beer and like the water is hot, but it's like that salty sweet, right? Like the hot.
Yeah.
It's one of the most. It's awesome, and it's just like that for like a week straight, just every day, and then like obviously the mountains are beautiful. Like you go up there and every single
nature
taking, like it's quiet too. It's so quiet. It's like the air is clean and fresh, right? There's no smog. It's just clean nature air. It's quiet. There's no cars. There's no ambulances. Like the only thing you hear outside are crickets and wolves that howl at the moon every now and then.
Right.
And best sleep you'll ever have because it's cold and it's like, you're in your blanket and everything's fluffy and it's just like you had a great day and you wake up and you do it all over again. And then you go out to eat and you get pulled pork. Like every mountain lodge, like barbecue is great because you cook it for hours and it still tastes good. So it's like, it's always pulled pork sandwiches or like some wings at a bar. It's just like the best, you know what I mean? It's just like bar food. And so snowboarding, whenever it's available, amazing. And obviously, because of where it is, nature, there's so much stuff to do. Like there's hiking, there's lakes. We went to a hot spring. We went to a few hot springs outside of the Mammoth Mountain area because it's technically a volcanic mountain range.
Right.
There's a bunch of just naturally occurring hot springs. So like after one of the days, we'll go to a hot spring and we'll just chill in the hot spring and we'll just meet a bunch of strangers that are there and like we'll sit there and like drink beer. And it's literally in the middle of like you're in a hot spring in the middle of a valley surrounded by like the Sierra Madre Mountains, or not Sierra Madre. I forget what mountains they are. But whatever the mountains are there in Mammoth, it's like you're just surrounded by mountain ranges and it's like you're in the 1900s.
Wow.
It's just like there's no roads, there's no houses, you're literally in the middle of nowhere. You can see the stars. It's just like, you know what I mean? It's just like some of those beautiful things.
Like
it's
a hole in the ground and it's hot water.
Right.
Yeah. It's crazy. It's so insane.
Awesome. Yeah,
and it's hot, dude. It's like hot. Like it's hot. Like it's literally water that has been funneled underneath the ground, starts boiling because of the magma, and then comes back up. And it's just like literally just below boiling point. It's so fucking hot. So wintertime, that. When it's not that, I'm a big tennis player. I play a lot of tennis.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah. So and tennis you can play year round, obviously, but like I prefer to snowboard when I can because it's so limited, like throughout the year. But like, you know, I play a little bit of recreationally competitive tennis here. And it's good because like you join a league and I'm with a bunch of other people on a team and I'm probably the only musician. Everyone else does something else. And it's just nice to like meet other people from other walks of life. And it's fun. And it's just like tennis is fun because yes, it's healthy, it's good for you, whatever. But really more than anything, it's the little moments that you can get a dopamine kick, right? Yeah. So it's like snowboarding, dopamine the whole way. Just like something about gliding on the snow and just like it's just like I don't know. It's just fun. Obviously, you get that dopamine kick and you feel great. With tennis, it's like every time you hit the ball just right, like when you pocket the ball, or if you ever play basketball and you like sink a ball into the net without touching the rim, it just feels really good. Yeah, it's like the same type of feeling when you hit a tennis ball the right way. It's like this effortless pocketing of the tennis ball in the center of the racket. It almost feels like cushiony, and it feels like there's no effort at all, even though you're like using your full body to hit a swing. That ball pocketing sensation is like one of the most rewarding feedback sensory things that I've like. And so like I will literally like when I have a free time, I will go to the tennis court and I'll spend like put on some headphones, listen to A Day to Remember, and I'll just fucking hit tennis balls for like 2 hours.
Nice.
That's awesome.
It's so therapeutic. It really is.
Amazing. It is awesome. Nice. 2 good ones.
I like that.
You also you made me think of stuff too, because when I was a kid, one of my favorite sounds that I can still like remember from when I was a kid, not tennis, but from snow, when it's like that, when it's the really thin, crusty snow. And you step on it. Yeah. When your foot's
dude.
Like I can immediately picture it. Yeah.
It's like you get home at night after you've been out with your parents, you get home, it's been snowing all day, you park in your your driveway and you walk from your car to the front door and it's fresh snow. So every step you make is a crunch.
Those little crunch.
Dude. Yeah. Such a good feeling.
Yeah. I grew up in the Midwest and we would have like ice storms and stuff. We would have like the ice storms to where the trees looked like they were encased in glass because the branches were ice and everything. And I remember like visually that was one of the cool. I'm not a winter person at all. I much prefer heat than cold. But it's like those sensory things, like remembering like when we had ice storms and the trees surrounded by ice, and then that sound of crunching. Yeah. Like, even when I was like a teenager and driving myself and stuff, and I would get out of the car, I'd take a couple extra steps
just to get that crunch
around the yard, just to keep that crunch going.
Yeah,
it's kind of like when you're like if you're at like a lake or something and it just froze and you can just barely tap your foot and it gives you that like that little crispy.
So satisfying.
Yeah.
We got to find more of that. We should do like an entire playlist of like really satisfying, just tiny little things like that.
Yeah, tiny little like more for you. Yeah,
I like that.
Love that. Okay. That I'm trying like.
It makes me think of like the Big Lebowski when he's listening to Strikes.
Yes, Strikes. Dude, listening to Strikes is great. Construction paper, cutting into construction paper.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's a good one too.
God, like I'm trying to think. There's a few really good ones. Like,
twisting
bubble pops,
twisting.
Yeah.
Not as much popping, but when you get the thick one and you just twist. The whole thing.
Have you guys ever opened a can of tennis balls?
No.
Yes. It's like a Pringles
pop. Oh man.
Okay.
It's just go buy a can of tennis balls for like $3 and just open it.
Just open it.
It's just like it just pops off and the lid slides off so satisfyingly. It's a really good feeling. Yeah. Opening a can of tennis balls.
I do know that sound. Like the sound of the lid like peeling from the side.
And it goes Yeah, dude. Love that.
This is like a discussions.
Yeah.
Basically.
we do another show because this is What's Your Bacon in 7 Questions. But we do the other show, a complimentary show called Discussion and Drinks. So we'll have to have you back to do.
Oh, absolutely, dude.
Come back and we'll have you on and we'll pick a beverage and we
have a lot of things to talk about.
We'll knock it back.
We'll get back to wings.
Yeah. We
absolutely.
You brought up Day to Remember. I gotta.
Oh yeah, dude! Hell yeah! Oh, did you guys go to Warped over there at all?
No, we didn't go to. It was in DC.
It was in DC. Yeah.
Right. And we had played there like 2 weeks before, 2 or 3 weeks before. So I did not want to go take another trip to DC.
Okay. Did you guys play with anybody like in DC? Who did you guys play with?
We played a small. We played a local gig in DC. Yeah.
Sick. Yeah. I love DC. We played Songbird.
We just launched a new band together. We have our own band separately, but then we just launched a new band together. So we're like not even a year in.
Our first single came out in January.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Got it. Sick. Hell yeah. Cool.
But yeah, when you're on the road again, you let us know. We got some gnomes for you.
Yeah.
Dude. I'm planning an East Coast tour at some point. I have to get back out there. I haven't.
We'll do some Brooklyn pizza too. We'll do some.
Yes, dude.
Yeah.
I need to get back to New York. It's been a while, and by a while I mean a year.
I was just talking about it recently, but one of the best pizzas I had ever had, and it's no longer there. You remember the Kingsland?
Like the venue?
The venue.
Yeah.
They used to make the best pizza.
I don't think I've ever had their pizza.
Really?
You remember when we went there for Rivals?
Did I have pizza?
Remember when
pizza was the only thing you could eat there because there was roaches.
Well, we looked at the kitchen and the roaches were like
they had a pizza, but they had a pizza oven, like a brick oven on the other side of the kitchen.
Oh, yeah, interesting.
And it was delicious.
Yeah, it was really good. That's right.
I've definitely been to a show there before. Who did I see there? Man, it's been a while since I've been in New York. I don't remember.
But we have so much common ground here.
Yeah, seriously, no.
Wow, to me.
Yeah, actually,
we're gonna do karate in the garage. We're
I love build bunk beds.
We became best friends.
I'm down. Yeah, let's do more of these. Absolutely.
Fantastic. So
sure.
So we definitely want to have you back. We will let you go now. I could talk to you,
but before we do
a lot longer.
You do have to. By the way, everybody, he is a musician.
Yeah, so
we have new music out.
So now is our time. Now that everybody knows
everybody know where they can find you, your music, all your tour dates, anything you got going on.
The anthem is where. Let them know. What's happening?
Yeah. So, yes, you can find me on, all the platforms: Instagram, TikTok, Spotify, Apple, YouTube. It's just my name, Darro, Darro, or if you search Darro_C, that's my social media account. We just dropped a song called What's Good like a couple of weeks ago. It's my personal favorite song that we've ever dropped. Have another one coming out probably in a few months. I was planning on releasing it sooner, but What's Good is doing pretty well, so I think I might push it for a little longer.
Nice.
The next song, though, I think it's better, and which is crazy to me to even be able to say that, because What's Good is definitely the best thing that's ever come out of my body. But I'm really excited about that. And next year, we're kind of thinking about touring next year. So I'm trying to look at the finances, look at the places. I'm trying to see like what level of tour I can do next year, because I don't necessarily want to do the local DIY circuit as I have been the last few years. I kind of want to see if I can land some opening slots for some bigger bands.
Sure.
So we'll see. But I love playing. I love touring. It's like you get a high from playing shows you cannot get from any other place. It's just one of the most addicting feelings is walking off the stage after a set.
Getting to prove yourself to a completely new audience.
The
best.
The
best kind of stress. It's the best kind of reward. It's the best feeling. It's
so crazy too, because you spend like all this time, energy, and effort into like a 30-minute set.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, you spend hours in the van, miles, hundreds of miles.
Yeah.
Hundreds of dollars, thousands of dollars.
Mad people congregating,
like people showing up, and you just play music for like 30 minutes.
Yep.
And then you walk off, and that you ride that feeling for like the rest of your life.
Well, and every time you do it, like before the show, sometimes every now and then in your head you might get one of those like, is this still worth it?
Yes,
still worth it.
I think about it all
As
the
soon
time.
as you walk off the stage, you're like, it's so worth it.
It's so worth it.
Yep.
It's so worth it.
Yep.
It really is. Yeah,
Absolutely.
100%.
So guys, go check out his music.
Yes.
We were listening all afternoon.
Yep.
Go listen to his music. Check him out.
Go find Darro everywhere, and remember to ask yourselves also every single day, what is that thing for you at home? You as the listener, what's your crunchy snow? What is your snowboarding? What is that thing that brings a little more joy to your life? What's
that pop of the tennis ball?
Yeah, what's the pop of the tennis ball? What's the opening of the can? What for you is that thing? And remember to ask yourself one very important question.
Do you remember what that question is?
What is your bacon?
Yes.